Yo, what is good YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we got another tier list for you guys, and we are going to be going over the top AK skins in Counter-Strike. I got the tier list ready to go, I got the skins all pulled up, and before I start, I'm going to be giving away this StatTrak Tech9 brother. All you gotta do is be subscribed, and then in the comments, tell me your favorite AK skin and tell me why it's your favorite AK skin. The first one, which is the AK Predator. Obviously this is the first AK skin that they added to the game, so it's not gonna look good. I'm gonna keep it simple and short. This one is D tier. The only reason it's not delete from the game is because it was the first skin and it was a part of the first collection, so therefore it's got like a legacy, and I'm gonna respect that. Number 2, we have the AK Jungle Spray. Again, this is one of the first AK skins they added, so it's not going to look the best. I do kind of like it a little bit better than the Predator, but I think that's just because it has green on it and it's not just brown. But a nice camo skin reminds me of some old Call of Duty guns. I'm going to also put this D tier, but just a little bit above the Predator. For skin number 3, we have the Black Laminate. Now we're starting to get to some of the better skins, and when the collection is starting to get interesting. The Black Laminate, I think, is my second or third favorite laminate. They have damn near every color now, but I do like the black. It's pretty clean. I'm gonna put this in B tier. And like I said, speaking of laminates, now we got the red laminate. This skin I like a little bit better than the black laminate just because it pops out a little bit more. It looks a lot better when there's stickers in the middle or on the mag, because I feel like the middle part's a little bit bland. But this part and this part looks pretty clean, and that's why I'm gonna put it at an A tier. Or do I put it B tier? Let's put it A tier for now, and maybe I'll change it later. Next up, we have one of the most expensive AKs, depending on the pattern you get it in. And this one is one of my favorites. We have the AK Case Harden. Now, we're going to take into account all patterns, not just the good ones like blue gems. So with that being said, if it's blue gem, easily S tier. But if it's just a normal Case Harden like this, I'm gonna put it in A tier. I still like the gold blue kind of burnish marks on it, and I think the only way this skin doesn't look good is if it's just like all silver. That's probably the worst pattern you can get on a Case Harden, or mostly silver, not all silver. So yeah, we're gonna put the Case Harden top of A tier. And if there was a special category for the blue gem, that would be going up here in S tier, but there's not. Next up, we have another expensive AK, and this one is from one of the most expensive collections out right now, and that is the AK-47 Fire Serpent from the Bravo case and Bravo collection. Now, if you want me to be honest, I do not like this skin. Back in like 2016, 2017, when I first started playing, I actually really liked this skin, but after a while it just started to, I don't know, this looks ugly to me now. I feel like if they were going to make it a little bit better, they should have taken up this front part right here. I also don't like how the face is just squished right here. But I won't deny the fact that it is a rare skin, so because of that, I'll put it in C tier. But in my opinion, I really don't like the Fire Serpent. That's going to be a controversial take, I can already tell. Anyway, next up after the Fire Serpent, we have the good old-fashioned AK Safari Mesh. For the Safari Mesh, there's not really much to say. It's a classic, but it does not look good. This one is definitely a delete from the game kind of skin. I don't really understand the pattern of like this fence, and the colors are just not there. This is a delete from the game for sure. This is our first delete from the game. Now we got the AK blue laminate. This one, even though it's blue, which is my favorite color, I still think it's the same as the red laminate. I wish the middle part was a little bit more filled in and colorful, but I do like this wooden pattern on all the laminates. So we're just gonna put that with the C tier. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think all the laminates are pretty equal to me. It's just based on what color I like better. So we're gonna put them all B tier and add blue to B tier. And you know what? While I'm at it, I might as well just go ahead and do the green laminate. This one is definitely my least favorite just because it's green. This is the newest laminate of all of them, but I think it's the weakest out of all of them for sure. If you have a green loadout, this would go pretty hard. Anyway, let me stop yapping and just put this in the B tier with all the other laminates. And now we can move on. Keeping it moving, next we have the AK Redline. Now this skin is one of the cleanest AK skins to come out. I remember when the Operation Phoenix case dropped, this was definitely a hyped up AK. It has that carbon fiber pattern look in the middle of it. And honestly, if it had a little bit more red, I'd say this would be an S tier. But since it's only this much, and then also this kind of scraping on the back of the stock, even though you don't really see it when you're using it, kind of makes it look a little ugly, is the reason why I'm gonna put it in A tier. Basically a better red laminate. Next up we have the Emerald Pinstripe. The Emerald Pinstripe was basically the green laminate before the green laminate came out. Now that I'm looking at this skin is very basic. This is gonna have to go to probably C tier, just because it's boring. It's not bad, it's boring. Kind of crazy that I put a Fire Serpent and Emerald Pinstripe in the same tier, but you know, it is. After the Emerald Pinstripe, we have my favorite AK skin in the game to ever be released, and that is the AK-47 Vulcan. To me, this skin is so fire. It has that like cyberpunk kind of vibe to it, and it's got my favorite color with this light blue accent all over it. If this skin wasn't like $800 or more, I probably would have one of these, but unfortunately, I'm broke. Which is a good point to remind you guys to like the video and make sure you're subscribed to help me out. Everything helps. We're trying to hit 200 subs, so let's get it. Anyway, like I was saying, this is my favorite AK skin, and it deserves the S tier spot. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in the S tier, all by itself for now. After the Vulcan, we have whatever this skin is, the AK First Class. This probably has to be one of the ugliest AKs in the game. I really don't like how it's like green leather with a leather handle. The colors do not match at all. It's just not a good skin. I believe this is somewhat of a rare skin. It's very expensive, but it's not worth it at all. This is definitely like a collector's thing, if anything. This is going in the delete from the game tier. To be honest, I actually kind of forgot that it exists. I thought it was the Jet Set, but it's not. And speaking of the Jet Set, that's the next AK. This is the better version of the Jet Set. It has the patches for all the different maps that were in the game, or just different places in general. Either way, I like how the skin looks like it has stickers, and then if you add the I believe it was a DreamHack tournament for the stickers that has the squares with all the teams around them. Those stickers probably look the best on this gun. But that being said, I still don't really like it that much, so I'm gonna put it in C tier, right behind the Fire Serpent. After the Jet Set, we have the AK Jaguar. The Jaguar, in my opinion, is alright. I don't really like the green camo color that surrounds the Jaguar. I think the actual picture of the Jaguar looks dope. I also like the fact that you can add different crafts to it. So you could put like an iBuyPower head on the head right here, and it makes it look cooler. But other than that, I feel like the Jaguar is a pretty average skin. It just has the collector's value and legacy value of skins. It's not really too special. I'm gonna put the Jaguar also in C tier. This one I'm gonna put behind the Jet Set, honestly, just because I don't see myself using that in a game. If I had that skin, I don't know if I would actually personally use it. After the Jaguar, we got another covert skin, and that is the Wasteland Rebel. The Wasteland Rebel. I used to like this skin, but now that they added so many more other like graffiti style type AKs, this is actually the worst one now. Like, now that I'm looking at it, it's just kind of like eh. And in my brain, eh is like a C tier. So Wasteland Rebel, it's going C tier. And I'm gonna put it probably in the back, because yeah, I don't think I'd ever use that one either. After the Wasteland Rebel, we have the AK Cartel. Now the Cartel is definitely one of the cleanest AK skins out there. It's got the basic vanilla kind of pattern colors, but it's also got this kind of like 3D edge map on the base of the gun with all the skulls and the patterns on it. It makes it look really cool, and I don't really think it's doing too much, which is exactly why it's going in A tier. I feel like they need to add more, not AK skins, but like M4 skins or op skins that look like the basic skin but have just a different like etching on it or pattern in the middle of it. I feel like that would look pretty cool on some other skins. Next, we have the first AK skin that I've ever owned, and that is the Elite build. If you played Counter-Strike when this first dropped, this was everywhere. I'm pretty sure like everybody was using this skin because it was so cheap and it looks pretty decent. I like the fact that it's all black and it's got the gold and gray accents on it. And again, nice and simple. I'm gonna put this in a B tier though. Probably in the back of B tier as well, just because it doesn't have as much color on it as I would like, but B tier nonetheless. Now we have the AK Hydroponic, aka the 420 AK. This pattern, I'm not sure if they all look like that with the leaves. Like, I don't know why it's kind of like faded right there, but I do like this AK skin a lot. I wish this mag was white though. If this whole part of the gun was white, I think that would blend the gun better, a lot more. But I do like how the green pops out and it makes it stand out, and the collection is very nice. So we're gonna put this one in the A tier. We're gonna put this in the A tier right behind the case hardened. Actually, no, we're gonna put this behind all of them, just because the mag. If the mag was a white colored, it'd probably be behind case hardened. Next, we have the Aquamarine Revenge. When this skin first came out, I really wanted this gun so bad, but over time I kind of outgrew it. I never realized that this was a dolphin. I just thought they were like weird faces. Like, I thought this right here was an eye. Turns out I was very wrong, and the dolphin is here and here and here and here. I feel like it lacks a little bit back here. The color should have just kept going, and up here a little bit, but I do like the middle part. We're gonna put this, this one's kind of hard. I think I'm gonna put this one, this is gonna go in C tier as well. After that, we have the Frontside Misty, which is the gun you see in my character's hands right now. If we go to my Frontside Misty, you can see that I have a beautiful craft for this gun, and I don't think I'll ever get rid of this. I just love the bright blue and the white and the black. I think it mixes perfectly. And then the way I put the stickers on it also makes it look like it has pink on it when you expect it in certain lights. This is definitely my favorite craft I've made, and probably my favorite skin that I own right now. So if you couldn't tell by that, obviously this is going top of S tier. Don't think anyone should be too surprised about that. Next, we have the AK Point Disarray. And to be honest, if I didn't have a frontside Misty, this would probably be the next skin that I'd be using. I really like the blue and red. I feel like the contrast of it is really nice, and it covers the entire skin and not just only the middle part or some of the top part like in other skins. This one is definitely A tier. Probably a little biased because of the blue on it, but you know, it's my list, so I get to say whatever I want. This is an A tier. Now we have the AK Fuel Injector, and I do not like this skin one bit. I think that it has a cool concept with like the gears and how it's like a motor and like the engineering's exposed and stuff, but I don't really like this bright yellow Porsche sports car kind of look for this gun. I think it's kind of ugly, and to be honest, I'm thinking like it's gonna be a D tier. Top of D tier, but D tier nonetheless. If you add some like crown foil stickers or maybe like some golden stickers, like signature stickers, you could get away with making it look pretty decent, but I just think it's too much yellow on that skin and it doesn't look good. Next we have the Neon Revolution, which is the second graffiti skin that I was talking about. This one's got like pink and green spray paint on it, kind of like Joker vibes, honestly. The thing with this skin is, I like it and I get the concept of it, like it's supposed to be graffiti and like, you know, anarchy, blah 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 blah. But you could have just added a little bit more pink to like cover it up. I don't know. I feel like the exposed part of the metal right here kind of ruins the gun. It would have looked so much better if the entire thing was like this spray paint color here and here. It's pretty decent nonetheless. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Probably above all the laminates, just because the laminates are pretty bland. Moving on, we have the AK Bloodsport. When this skin first came out, I thought there was way too much going on for this skin, and I wasn't really a fan, but it started to grow on me. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of like the red version of the Vulcan, just with more like weird little emblems on it. But I do like the fact that it's nice and shiny and the skin covers the entire gun. I'm gonna put this in the A tier. I think this deserves to be probably in front of the Hydroponic. Then after the Bloodsport, we have the Orbit MK. To be honest, I didn't even realize that was the name of this skin. This skin is basically just the broke version of the Bloodsport. It's nothing crazy. This is definitely D tier. Next we have the Empress. Why are there so many like red colored AK skins? I'm just realizing that now. What the heck? Anyway, I like the way this skin shines. The gold matches very nice with the black and the red. There's also like a little bit of navy-ish blue in there. But it's not really my kind of style. So even though I think it looks pretty decent, personally, I'm going to put it in the B tier. Like low B tier. Also because I'm starting to get kind of sick and tired of like red colored AK skins. Next up, we have the Neon Rider. This skin looks very sick on the wooden parts, like right here, and the stock right here. I didn't realize there was like this 3D effect when you were looking at it. I thought that was just all flat. But now that I'm getting a closer look at it, I'm starting to like this skin a lot more. The colors, definitely one of my favorites. Got the blue, got the purple, got the pink. This would work pretty well in my loadout too, to be honest. I wasn't really a fan of like the design of the guy, but I think just the colors of it alone brings my bias for this skin all the way up to A tier. And I'm talking like high A tier. Like I'm putting it probably behind the Case Harden, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna edit this and say the point disarray is probably down here now. Anyway, we can move on to the next one, which is gonna be pretty quick. This is the safety net. This is the probably worst AK skin in the game ever. I don't know who designed this. It's got that fence pattern that we didn't like before. Then it's got orange, green, and gray and white, which don't match at all. And then you have a black clip or magazine, and yeah, no, the combination of this skin just isn't there. This is probably the absolute worst skin in the game. Therefore, it needs to be deleted. Like, immediately deleted. Not like we'll consider deleting it. Like, no, like you need to go into the files and get that shit out of the game right now. We go from one orange skin to another orange skin to the Asimov. The Asimov, another classic skin pattern. It's on the AWP. It's on an M4. I think it might be on a USP or 5.7. I'm not sure. But everybody knows the Asimov pattern. Can't really go wrong with it. If you get it in a nice float, it makes it look even better. Imagine they had like a black and mauve AK where like the clip was fully black. Is that a thing? Someone let me know in the comments if that's a thing. If you can get a black and mauve AK. Anyway, Asimov classic, can't go wrong. Definitely A tier skin. We're gonna do the Uncharted AK. This skin, garbage. This should be deleted from the game. I have nothing good to say about it. Speaking of the fence patterns, we have the Baroque Purple. This one's a little bit of a fancier fence pattern. I don't know what I just said there, but it's still not the best. This is a D tier skin. Then we have the AK Rat Rod. Again, I don't like this one. This one is also D tier for me. Time to move on to one of the most expensive AK skins, the AK Wild Lotus. This skin is kind of insane. When I first saw it, I really didn't think this was an actual skin that was going to be released. I thought it was just going to be like one of those workshop skins that never comes out. But it did drop, and it looks pretty nice. I personally wouldn't use it, but I do really like the flower design on it, and it's very unique. There's not really anything like it, and that's why it's going in the A tier. Next, we have the Phantom Disruptor. Phantom Disruptor, pretty cool art, but nothing crazy. I wish the colors were a little bit more vibrant and not as washed out, but I guess that was the art style. I'm gonna put the Phantom Disruptor in the C tier just because it could be a little better, and it's not that anything that screams out to me. Next, we have the Legion of Anubis, and honestly this is quite similar to the last skin, the Phantom Disruptor, but just a little bit more detail, which is exactly why it's going in B tier. I almost wish they put the Legion of Anubis in the Anubis collection. I feel like that would have made a little bit more sense. But you know, it is what it is. Now we have the Panthera Anka. This one's similar to the Jaguar, almost the like exact same kind of shape right here. And since it's so similar to the Jaguar, we're just going to put it right behind the Jaguar in the tier list. The only difference is that this one's colored in, and the Jaguar is just straight black. Now we have an AK that I barely ever see in the actual game. Like, no one ever uses the skin, and that is the AK X-Ray. It was a part of the Havoc collection, which you do not see very often. And as you can see, it looks like the AK is like, you know, you could see through it. I don't know. I did like this skin, but it's bringing me back to this like red color, and I'm starting to get sick of it again. So I'm gonna put this in the C tier. Cool concept, but I didn't really like the execution too much. Now we're moving on to a staple in the AK community, which is the AK Slate. Lots of people have the Slate, lots of people love the Slate, and I am one of them. It's basically just all black gun, perfect for crafts, or if you even don't want to put a craft, it still looks nice having all black. And it's cheap, so you can pretty much get it for what, like $2, $3. AK Slate is definitely an A tier skin. Next, we have the cream of the crop, the ultimate flex, the AK Gold Arabesque. Now, if you own one of these, you are insane. This gun looks crazy. It's literally an all gold, solid gold AK, and it looks sexy. The Gold Arabesque, gotta be S tier. Next, we have the Elite Museo. This skin is very ugly. It's like a Van Gogh kind of painting. I think it's a little funny the way they did the terrorists and counter terrorists and like the chickens on it. But honestly, the skin's pretty ugly. We're gonna put this in the D tier. Probably somewhere around here. Alright, we're down to the last couple of them. Let's go ahead and move on to the AK-47 Nightwish. This skin is probably another one of those unique skins where when you move it, it changes the color. And depending on how you inspect it, it looks a little bit different every time. Which is exactly why I'm putting it in the A tier. It's got a unique kind of style to it. And the colors really nice. Got this like neon kind of club vibe to it. Some vice gloves would go pretty nice with this, if I'm being completely honest with you. But anyway, we're putting the Nightwish in the A tier. We're gonna put it right between the Asimov and the Slate. Just because I think that's a good spot for it. I think it's a good spot for it. Then we have the AK Ice Cold. This one's kind of similar to like an elite build kind of thing. Cheap AK, but pretty decent for the look of it. This one's pretty cool. We're just gonna keep this very low B tier. You know, I like the colors, but it's simple, so there's nothing really to it. Now we have the last of the graffiti skins, and that is the Headshot. Kind of goes well with this overpass background graffiti I got going on. But yeah, this is definitely the best of the three out of the graffiti type skins. The holographic pattern on it looks crazy. I'm not sure what any of these words or letters on the gun actually say. This looks like it just says gun. That's kind of funny. Again, like I said, it's unique, and it reminds me of like the Pokemon holographic cards that I used to get when I was younger and that I collect. So for this one, we're putting it in A tier. Anyway, next we have the Steel Delta. This was the AK that was in the Anubis collection, and it's not good. I really wish the Legion of Anubis was in this collection and not this, but it is what it is. I don't like the etching on it. It just kind of looks like an old AK. Honestly, I'm gonna put this in the delete from the game tier, just because it really didn't need to be in the game. If you just added the Legion of Anubis instead in that collection, that would have been way better. And now, last but not least, we have the AK Inheritance. The newest AK that just dropped, it was in the Kilowatt collection. And again, this skin is beautiful. It takes advantage of the new CS2 stuff. This was I believe the first skin for the AK in CS2. The cracked parts with the gold inside of it makes it look so nice. It's like a porcelain cup or a plate or something like that. Like some fine china. The white and blue, perfect colors. This one, I was gonna go S tier. Could be recency biased, but either way, I'm putting it in S tier. And there you go. That's gonna do it for my entire tier list. As you can see on the screen, this is what we have. We got the S tier, the A tier, the B tier, the C tier, the D tier, and delete from the game. Let me know in the comments about your opinions and which AK skin you think deserves to be S tier. But I'm gonna leave you guys there. Make sure you're subscribing, you drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.